Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, my name is Megneous and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs. We are currently underground in this wonderful mineshaft sort of thing that we found quite a few episodes ago actually. I decided to end up exploring a lot more of it, and fortunately I found that there's actually a lot of stuff down here that I didn't get before. The most important thing, the thing that I came down here for of course, were these rails. I also got a bunch of wood from the overworld up on the surface, and 9 biofossils, which, I didn't really mean to get, but they were there, so I decided to get them anyway. I passed up a lot of permafrost because I was like, well, we already have plenty of mammoth and what are they called? Saber cats. Lots of embryos available anyway, so I don't really think we need much more of that at the moment, but what we do need is rails, because if you guys remember, I told you that one of our long-term goals was to make some sort of rail system to see all of our dinosaurs, and we are definitely going to follow that. Oh, hello. I apparently completely forgot that this stuff was in here. Well then, let's, hello? To get this Triceratops? Is there any more stuff that I seem to have forgotten that we were doing? Apparently not. Alright, very good. So let's put 4 of these in here. And 4 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 of these biofossils in here. Very good. I'm going to put this in here for now. I don't know where to put these. And the rest of this is sort of useless, I suppose. But I need somewhere to put the stuff anyway. That's good enough for me. I'm gonna eat this apple. Just cuz. Ah, no. Nom nom nom. Alright, very good. So, what we wanted to do in this episode, I believe, is we want to see and try to plan approximately where we want this rail to go. Now, the problem with this is that this railway is going to be quite large, and I have no idea how to use redstone to make it go automatically, of course, but I'm going to try to figure that out, hopefully off camera so that you guys don't have to watch me fail miserably. But we have a lot of dinosaurs and a lot of enclosures that we need to go around, and in order to get to all of those, we're going to have to plan it before we start placing down the rails. And the problem with that is that I'm really quite short, so I think what I'm going to do is activate creative mode so that I can fly, and then I'm going to look down at the land around me. Now, mind you, that I mentioned earlier in the last episode that I may use creative mode to cheat in some Triceratops eggs, and I decided not to do that due to feedback from the audience, from you guys. However, this is a little bit different, and I think everyone will be okay with this. So, this is me flying. This is actually the first time we've flown in this series, isn't it? Maybe. So yeah, let's get a good look at where all of our enclosures are, but not get above the clouds, because then we can't see anything. Alright, so this is the Stegosaurus enclosure, by the way. This is what I built after I took down all of the netherrack and stuff. Those 2 Stegosauruses, they are not yet named, so we're still waiting for names for them. I've decided, after looking at some of the suggestions, to wait a little bit longer so you guys can get a bit more creative. But let's see. Alright, so we're definitely going to have to encircle this. So maybe if we start here, go around here. We don't need to go around that way, so if we go here and then go up next to Bartholomew and then travel down around the mammoths and past Charles and Strawberry, come up here, go up and around the Dilophosaurs and Icarus, come down here, go around the Triceratops and back around here, by Sebastian, around Ceres, past Achilles. We can't go through the saber-cat enclosure, but maybe we can go above it. Alright, so maybe I can do that, and then... put some sort of little overlay thing, like, oh, what are those highways called? They go over the highway that you're on. Overpass, yes, an overpass. And then make it come back and connect right over here. That sounds like a wonderful idea to me. Of course, I'm probably not going to remember any of that. But yeah, okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go up from about here. And we're going to go past the stegosaurs and go up and past Bartholomew. So let's go ahead and get started on that. I'm pretty sure I have more rail tracks that are currently in a chest somewhere in our treehouse. I'm not worried about that because I have plenty at the moment, I think. I suppose. Let's go ahead and put this back in recipe mode. Alright, so where should we begin this track? I think here. Let's start here. Ta-da! Oh. Hello, Odysseus. Did you think that was interesting? Did you decide to look this way specifically because of that? Nice. Alright, so later we're going to come back and put lots of wonderful things. Get out of my way. Lots of wonderful redstone work. Sure. I've actually never set up anything like this before. I've never used these rail tracks, so I'm a little bit skeptical of whether or not I'll be able to figure this out. I don't know. I think it'll be okay as long as something like that doesn't happen. All right. Wow, we're going to need a lot more rails than this. Yeah. So, in terms of news, things that have been going on recently, let's see. First of all, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in my last video, but we've now reached over 10,500 subscribers, and that is totally awesome, because there are quite a few indie development teams that think that 10,000 subscribers is quite large enough for a YouTuber to count as press coverage. Now, press coverage is cool for me because it means that if I count as press, I can get press copies of games. If I get press copies of games, that means that you guys can see games that I receive those press copies of, without me having to spend money on the games themselves. This allows game developers, and if you guys know any, you should totally tell them to get in contact with me, to give me a free game, and then give free advertising, because they're surely not paying for the advertising on my channel. Is this okay? Yeah. I think this is no problem. Alright, Can we actually go up a very strong hill like that? I don't know. I'm sort of questioning this at the moment, but we'll see. Does this work? Can we go up this? Maybe? Maybe if we break this. Is there room? Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so a couple of indie developers have reached out to me. As you guys may have seen, The Last Door, which is a totally awesome pixelated horror-ish point-and-click adventure game, the developers reached out to me and they were like, "Yo, Megneous, we would really appreciate it if you did a review video for our game. We would like to give you a free copy of The Last Door." And I was like, man, I will do that so fast for you guys. You guys don't even know. So I did that, and it was really fun. And some other developers have reached out to me as well. I think we... I am still coughing from my sickness. This is very unfortunate. Alright, so now we're going to go in between. Yeah, okay, so now we're going to go in between Hephaestus, Octavia, and Charles. What was I saying? this is not good. Surely I have some dirt. Yes, I do. Okay. So, there are quite a few others who have reached out to me, one of which is, well, technically, I guess the developers of Monaco Pocket Watch games, they didn't reach out to me. I reached out to them, and I asked them if they were giving out press copies for large YouTubers, and in fact, they were. So I have also gotten a press copy of Monaco, which means that you guys will be able to check out the awesomeness that is Monaco soon, as soon as I get around to making a video. How to plan this? Since it's becoming nighttime, I think I should first of all just go to sleep. But yeah, so Monaco, if you guys aren't familiar with Monaco, you should totally look it up because it's an awesome game. It's like a pixelated, top-down... how to describe it? Basically, you are a thief of some sort or a criminal of some sort, maybe a pickpocket or the quote-unquote cleaner, the mole, various character classes which have different abilities like opening doors and opening safes and such very quickly and stuff like that. And you use these special abilities either in a solo game or in multiplayer co-op to pull off heists, escape from prisons and such things like that. So it's a really cool concept. It's really successful at the moment. If you guys haven't heard of it, I'm sort of surprised. But yeah, so I got a press copy of that. Totally going to be playing that on the channel soon. Another game that I've been confirmed for a press copy of, I talked about on the Facebook group. If you haven't joined us on the Facebook group, you should totally go like our channel, our group on Facebook as well. But the game Starbound. The game Starbound. If you guys don't know what Starbound is, I'm sort of disappointed in you, but I believe some of the developers of Terraria basically decided that they were going to make a space game, and as you guys know, I am all out of railroad ties. Wow. This is going to take a lot more railroad ties than I thought it was, which is very, very depressing. But yeah, so Starbound is a totally awesome space game. Imagine Terraria in space, except instead of just one world that is randomly generated, it randomly generates lots and lots and lots of worlds, lots of planets, lots of star systems in different sectors. Everything on these planets is going to be randomly generated. I don't think there's anything in 16. Please don't tell me that's all I have. Alright, that is quite depressing, only 16 more. But yes, so everything on these planets is going to be randomly generated. The weapons that you find, the alien life forms are going to be randomly generated, like bipeds, quadrupeds, fish, birds, and much more. And the gravity is going to be randomly generated. The difficulty of the planet in terms of enemies. Can I put it here? Wow, no, I cannot. Okay. There we go, that's much better. The weather effects, the types of biomes, all of these things are going to be randomly generated on the game for each planet. Oh, this is difficult. How to get everyone to see a little bit of everything. I don't. And we are officially out. Yep, that's it. Alright then. Well, what to do for the rest of this episode? Because I wasn't really planning on... Well, I guess we can start some preparations for... Yeah, let's do that. I was going to start some preparations for another big project, and that's the giant Jurassic Park sort of idea where we fence in a very, very large area and then just have free roaming dinosaurs. And in order to do that, we need a darn lot of wood. So much wood, it's not even funny. Sticks, sticks, sticks everywhere. I have to make sure that this is how you... Yes, it is. Okay, very good. But yeah, Starbound is going to be awesome. I've confirmed that I am large enough to receive a press copy for that game as well. What other things? What other games? I think Bloodlust is another game that I'm going to be reviewing for a developer for basically, I don't know, a free demo, I think. I'm not exactly sure on the details of that just yet. That is a fun time. Sigh, crafting. Don't know what I'm doing. This is going to require so many fences, by the way. Like, I didn't really quite understand before I decided to make this an idea just how many fences this is going to require. Look at this. And this is what? Less than 300? Oh god. But yeah, alright. So yeah, if you guys know any other indie developers or know of any indie games that, you know, the developers like talking to the players, then you should totally just tell me such things. Oh, this is actually a really inefficient way of doing this, this railroad track, isn't it? Yeah, I'll fix this off camera. But nonetheless, you should totally get in contact with those developers and let me know, because I would love to talk to them. Guess we can just walk around and look at our dinosaurs for a little bit, since we don't usually do that. Oh, I know. We can go and check on our Velociraptor, since we haven't checked on him in a while, Achilles. But yes, indie developers, you guys are awesome, and I wish I had known earlier that so many people were totally cool with giving out press copies. Looks like our higher fence is working for Ceres. Press copies to YouTubers, because I would have been all over that probably a lot sooner than I am now. Oh, there you are, Achilles. You look like you're growing up to be a mighty adolescent. I'm so proud of you. You're not fully... You are not fully grown yet, Achilles. But soon, my friend. I was sort of playing with the idea of having Achilles follow me around while we go on adventures, but I'm afraid that he would die, since he's technically the only Velociraptor we have and we don't have another egg ready. If Dilophosaurs could be tamed, I would totally be okay with that. Ugh. I have nightmares about that sound from when I was a kid. But yes... Oh, indie games and awesomeness. Also some other stuff. Let's see, in terms of space news, if you guys want to talk and learn about space news, the International Space Station, there's been a lot of news... Excuse me. There's been a lot of news recently about the fact that, you know, we're paying Russians to take our astronauts into space, because currently we are incapable of sending... Well, when I say our... I mean, United States. I realize not all of you are from the US, but US astronauts are being launched to the International Space Station via, of course... that's one thing that we can do. Make a drum. Yeah, okay. Wow, I have absolutely no attention span whatsoever. Where's the drum? Here's the drum. Order drum. So wood, redstone, and leather. Alright. Pretty sure I have that stuff. So we're gonna go make a drum for the rest of this episode, since that's something we never did before. To control the Triceratops. Not just one at a time like with sticks, but whole herds of Triceratops. So let's go do that. But yeah, so the US has to pay Russia in order to get the astronauts, American astronauts, to the International Space Station. I'm not sure what Canada does. Maybe Canada does the same thing. But Russia has been increasing the price recently for astronauts going to the ISS, because... they're the only way that anyone can get to the International Space Station, so of course why would they not increase the price? I mean, that's just general business. We only want one of those, and we want all of that. Alright. So, this is of course a problem, because without the space shuttle, as terrible as it was, and without the Dragon capsule being confirmed... What am I doing? That is not the right kind of wood. Oh, sigh. Here we go. Without the Dragon capsule being certified for manned launches, here we go. Order drum. Nice. We currently have no way of getting American astronauts to the ISS without paying the Russians, and of course Russians are going to make lots of profit on those tickets. They're not really tickets, but you get my meaning. and help fund the flight, which I guess is, important, funding each flight to the ISS, but it would be much better and cheaper if we could, use a Falcon 9 to send them instead. So this is causing lots of problems because people, like knowing that their tax money isn't being wasted. And with the sequestration, I forgot the exact word, but basically the cuts happening to everything in the US due to the Congress's inability to make some sort of budget. Due to that, all sorts of problems. The certification of the commercial space flight, like SpaceX and Orbital Sciences and stuff, is going to be delayed by 2 to 3 years, probably. So we can look forward to paying Russian launches for another 2 to 3 years, I guess, to get our astronauts to the International Space Station. Which is unfortunate, but hey, what you gonna do? Okay, let's see if this works. I have a stick. These are Triceratops, and follow. Are you gonna follow me? Are you gonna follow me? Probably not. Free move. Hello? Whoa. Ah! Yo. Follow? Free move. Stay. Follow. Free move. I don't know, you guys don't seem very active at all, generally. That's sort of disappointing. Apollo and Selena. Oh well, I guess it's cool that I showed you one of the new items in... Oh! How the heck did you get out? How did you do that? Good lord. Alright, well anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing this drum, even though it appears to do almost nothing, and our Triceratops, as usual, is freaking out and bugging out. We're going to see in future episodes about finishing our rail tracks, so be sure to watch those episodes as well. Thank you everyone so much for watching. My name is Megneous, and I will see you next time.